All right, this will be an overview of section number 2. Section number 2 is going to be where we select what material we're going to use for our deck boards, the layout of our deck boards, and how many, and the location of our railing posts. And by railing posts, I mean these things right here, are the posts for our railings. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, select our deck board layout. Now there are two ways to do this. You can scroll to the top and see here the different layouts we can choose from, and then go back down and select the one you want, or you can just scroll through and you can see over here on the right, it's going to tell you kind of what the deck board layout looks like. So you'll notice if you choose a layout that has one board for the entire length, an alert's going to come up if your deck length is more than 16 feet. And the reason is because you're probably not going to want to use this layout because you're probably not going to be able to get one board to span the whole 20 feet. Do you have 20 feet boards? If you do, then no problem. You can ignore the error. But that's why this alert comes, because it's saying, hey, just so you know, your deck is 20 feet long, as you've input up here, and you've selected one board to span the whole thing. So choose the layout that you want to use, and then once you've found it, the next thing you're going to do is select your deck board material. Now, let's say you want to change the price of this deck board. Let's say you can get 5/4, 12-foot long KDAT boards for $25. All you need to do is click this plus sign, find the material, change the price, and you can see that now it's changed to $25. Or if you wanted to add your material, you can add it there. Make sure you put in the deck board width and the length. And fasteners per joist mean when you're fastening your board, right? Every time you come to a joist, how many fasteners are you going to put in? Are you going to put in, basically the answer will be 1 or 2. 1 if it's a hidden fastener, right? Because every time you come to a joist with a hidden fastener, you're going to put just 1 in. Or if you go every other joist, you can put 0.5, you know? But if you're doing screws through the face, you generally put 2. So that's what that means. Basically, every time you come to a joist, how many fasteners are you going to put there for that deck board? And then you put in the price. Then you can go back and you can see that that's now been added, right? Okay, so once you've selected your deck board material and the layout, what we're going to do is scroll right and select the amount of railing posts. Once again, these are going to be the posts for our railing. And just like we did for structural posts up here, we're just going to click where we want our railing, right? And so what this is going to do is it's going to count up how many posts we have. You can see also here it tells us the length in between posts for each side, right? So if you did 3 posts on this side, you'd have 6.8 feet in between each post, right? If you did 4 on this side, you can see that's 4.4. So you can figure out how many posts you want to include based on what length between posts you're comfortable with, right? So once you've messed around and kind of figured out how many posts you want and where you want them, once again, it doesn't matter where you put them. All it's going to do is it's going to count up the check boxes on each side and then have those evenly spaced. Make sure this is in the corner, right? So those are checked. These ones in the corner will count for this side and this side. Okay, so wherever you're going to have stairs, whichever side you're going to have stairs, just check that box. And then what's going to tell this program, it says, hey, in between one of these sections, we're going to have 36-inch wide space. Now, if your stairs are wider than 36 inches, when you go to input your stair width right here, like it's gonna tell up here, okay, this is how wide our stairs is. Default will be 36, in case you don't have stairs. But if not, it'll say the opening will be whatever you choose for your stairway width right here. You can also override that too by typing in an opening here in inches, right? You can see how if we put 50 inches, it changes that to 4.7. Whereas if we did 36, it'd go back to 5.3. So that's pretty much all you need to know about this section. So you can just go, select your deck boards, select where you want your posts, figure out how many posts you want based on your length between posts. Select, so you can select on each side where you're going to have stairs. And that will tell the program, don't put a railing, because when we go to calculate our railings next, don't put a railing in between, one of these spaces.